start the recording. Okay, Ranjit ji is emotional. Ranjit ji, you shouldn't be emotional. You already have all of my excess. Why you emotional? It's just the beginning. Ajinkya says, very good. Monish says, thank you. Little bit emotional. Sakshi says, new beginnings. Monish, exactly. So from here, new beginnings begins. The learning ends here, but the execution begins right after this session. So coming back to the session, how many of you are attending day 3 for the first time? Like you missed day 1 and day 2 and you're attending right again, straight away the day 3. How many of you are attending day 3? Type day 3 into the chat box or D3 into the chat box. If you are just attending the day 3 live, rest you are only dependent on the recordings. Okay, Jay Shinde is there, Rahul Bansal is there, Vivek Suman is there, who is directly attending day 3. Ram Prasad, a lot of people are directly attending day 3. I'm sure those who have been in day 1 and day 2, they know what they have missed out. How many of you agree? Type, don't type, just give a thumbs up that what they have missed out when not being on the live session and dependent on the, see, everyone who have directly joined for the day 3, everyone see their thumbs up. Okay, so you guys have missed out the fun we had in the last 2 days. Okay, we are keen to get updated on the e-skills with you rest of our life. Vishwanathan says that. Okay, I'm also looking forward to that. Okay, now let's come back to the context and let me just share my screen as usual, the ritual of the day. Cool. I hope my screen is visible now. So for those of you who have joined directly day 3, I'll just give a quick intro about myself. I'm sure you might have seen Himanshu a couple of times, but you might have been seeing me for the first time or second or 100th time, I don't know. But for those of you who do not know me, my name is Shruti Singh and I'm the growth automation expert at Internet Coaching Empire. And I've consulted more than 50 plus agencies. So whatever backend workings you get to see, like live updates, the webinars, even the webinars we are automated right now, we are running. We are not doing live webinars anymore. Although this is a live webinar, I am waving here, and all of these things are managed by me on Internet Coaching Empire. So whatever WhatsApp updates, real-time updates you are getting, whatever emails you are getting basis on your activities is done by the person who you are seeing right now on the screen. So I am here to make you scalable on the same thing, and I've trained more than 8,000 business individuals on the same skills on that, how I can make them operationally free, and they can actually focus on revenue generating activities rather than being stuck with the operations. And I've helped Internet Coaching Empire in a time span of 2 years to scale to 1 crore per month in a time span of 2 years. And I have been putting a lot of content on YouTube. You can go and check out on my YouTube. There has been a lot of content on how you can actually get all of these activities done so that you can actually be the business owner of your business and don't just be the employee of your business, because I know mostly business owners stay stuck in their operational activities, and how actually you can stay free is what my consultation is all about. And I've also been doing high ticket selling. My career began in the coaching industry with the high ticket selling, and now I'm getting into the automation from 2.5 years back now. And I've worked with multiple brands like Imperial Blue, Color Bar, Virendra Sehwag, Happy Soul, which is a Pooja Bedi's franchisee, Red Chief, and Begin Biryani. And I've worked with corporate life, and coming from a corporate background to now doing a high ticket sales, multiple 6 figures closing deals, and now doing consulting on automation is what my expertise is all about, and that is what I'm here for. And let me just walk you through the rules of the workshop. Today is the day 3, and we are going to have some certain rules for this setup, which we already had for the last 2 days. I'm going to introduce you to the rules of the room. For the next few hours, we are going to step in together. Q&A will be done by end of the session. So first 3 hours is just about learning. I'll ask you to do all the things. I'll teach you everything. So whatever questions you have, make sure you note down on a pen and paper, on a paper alongside, and I'll be unmuting you, each one of you. If you have any query, we'll do the Q&A by end of the session. In between, we're not going to take any Q&A because obviously it breaks the flow. And make sure you have logged in from your laptop rather than logging on from your mobile phone, because it is more of technical workshop. It is not something we will just watch and consume content. And recordings will be sent to you by tomorrow, so don't spam any of my team members, and the chat should keep on exploding. from last 2 days, we have been enjoying a lot just by using the chat box. So you must be exploring the chat box. Make sure you follow along the energy of the room. Okay, and pen and paper should be ready so that you can note down all of your queries. And coming back to the most weighted bonus of the workshop, I saw this hype up when I started receiving emails today itself. People started sending me emails that their homework done, this is done. I have got multiple screenshots, zip files, and whatnot on my email, and here my spam chat box is also spam. So just to save time, I will revert back to each one of your emails. Those who have done your homework, I really appreciate, and I am again dropping my email ID so that we save a lot of time for each other. Because by now I know you are a lot of people who have done the homework, because my email is spammed. And if I do the same thing which I did yesterday, I know today again we are going to spend 1 hour just unmuting and understanding that what you have done, how you have done. So I'm just dropping my email ID, and you can drop all of your homework, same format like we did yesterday. You will be sharing all of your screenshots or links, whatever you want. Share it, and make sure everyone please take a screenshot of this particular thing, because I'm gonna share, as I mentioned yesterday also, these are my khoon and pasina wala things. So I have each of these things has my expertise, and not just my expertise, Himanshu's guidance as well. So I'm not going to give it away just like that, like yesterday. But you take a screenshot of this particular thing and give me along with your email. You put the thing, whichever bonus you want. I'll be providing you that particular bonus. Okay. And Ranjit ji, you already have everything. I really appreciate you have been taking action. I'm really liking the as you are pacing up with us, but you already have the access of everything. I don't think I need to provide you anything by now. For the rest of the people, take a screenshot of this particular slide and give me. I have dropped my email ID. Send the screenshots on email and put a name, whichever bonus you want. I'll myself provide you the bonuses. Done, everyone. I'm just giving you 5 seconds to take the screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay. Now let's straight away jump into the action, and today we are gonna use is that okay to send it by end of the session? Yes, that is totally fine if you send it today by end of the session, but again the same rule applies. It has to be done today. Tomorrow if I receive, I'm not going to revert onto any of the emails, because obviously you have missed the deadline. Okay, so the catch is you have to do it today itself. And I know my chat is still being spammed. I know I have received a lot of email. I will revert back onto each of it. Meanwhile, you can just revert on the same email that what bonus you want. I'll provide you the same bonus. Okay. Now, remember yesterday we used a tool called Formule. How many of you remember? Type me in the chat box if you remember. Yesterday we understood that how you can use Formule for creating the payment reminder sheet, and I know a lot of you have already made your payment reminder sheet. Again, I'm super happy to see action takers in the room. Ranjit ji remembers, Bert remembers. But I also remember you have sent me the mail. You should give all 3 bonuses. No, I told you yesterday only. I'm not going to give all the 3. These are very very this bonuses has come out of hard work. So only to specific things or specific people will be given to you. I'm not gonna give it all to everyone. Okay. Srinivas remembers, Sakshi remembers. Okay, awesome. Can remember RJ. Okay, awesome. Now formule yesterday we used for creating the payment reminder sheet. Okay, now this formule will be using for creating an automated help desk. Okay, so we are going to use Formule for creating an automated help desk. How many of you have already experienced whenever you send a mail to any MNC or any, let's say, Zomato or these all biggie companies, you whenever you send a mail, you get a ticket in return on real-time basis. How many of you have experienced that? Type yes or me experience in the chat box that you have experienced that. Okay, Kumar has experienced, Arvind has experienced, Ranjit ji has experienced, RJ has experienced, Bal Murugan has experienced, Bert has experienced. Okay, so now we are going to build the same system for ourselves, and that too by using Formule. Okay, how to build that is what we are going to know next. So coming back to the thing again, the link is there into the chat box. Form Mule is the tool which we will be using for building the technicalities. But again, before that, we need few things has to be created beforehand before we get into the technicalities. So what things has to be done over here is we have to create a new form over here. So again, same formula, form.new, a new form will open up. Okay, now what we are trying to build is a customer automated help desk. Okay, now this form has to be, I'll rename this as customer help desk, and let it be help desk. Here, I'll be putting two options. What I'm trying to build is this particular form will be accessed by my employee, will be accessed by my customers as well. Okay, so that is the thing I'm trying to build on this form. But here I'll be using sections over here. How many of you remember I made you how you can actually create sections in the day one where we created the payable form, right? So we understood that how sections can be created in this form, and how we will be using these sections in this form for creating an automated help desk is what again we are going to use over here. The same thing. Okay, now let's see. The question is going to be who are you? Let's say customer and employee. Okay, so this is the option which I am giving for my form. But here, so whenever what I'm trying to build over here is whenever someone chooses customer, it should redirect to the customer's questions. Whenever someone chooses employee, it should redirect to the employee questions. Both are different departments, right? We cannot mix and match the same and have the same form for everything. So here we'll be again using the sections. Before that, we'll need to create sections. So let me just create sections. This again, same thing. We have created this icon is for creating sections. Now again, I'll name it as customer, and another section I'll create. Another is team. Okay, now what I'm trying to do is again you'll come onto the first section of the form, and here in these three dots you'll click and you'll go on to the section based answer. Are you guys understanding logic? The 3 steps I just took? Yes or no into the chat box, or any explanation you want me anything. The logic is clear why we created 3 sections and why we are going section wise answers. Vivek says, please repeat. Okay, sure. So, simple basic rule. First, we created the first question which will appear on my form is who are you? Because we are creating this form which will be accessible by my team as well as by my customer. Both are different parties and both have different responsibilities, right? So customer will be having some queries, will be putting some complaints, will be have something, whatever, but the team is supposed to be resolving the things. So that way we have to have two different flow chart. Okay, right, exactly, Sakshi. Is this Google Forms or Google Docs? This is Google Form. Okay, so now that is why I've created two different sections. Now when you click onto the customer, this will take you the custom section. Remember, I just took an action here to go section based answer, but before choosing this you will have to create sections from here. I created these two sections, right? I named it as team and I named it as customer. So what will happen is when someone chooses customer, they will be redirected to the customer query. When someone chooses employee, they will be redirected to the employee section, not onto the customer section. Is that clear? Okay, clear now. Thank you, Lakshmi, for confirming. Now, coming back to, I'll just put some few questions for reference here for team. Let's say name, whatever. It's just the explanation. You can put any description over here. I'll just put some questions right now. Name, email, or query resolved. Here you can choose for multiple choice question, which is queries resolved. You can give 2 to 3 options like ticket closed, not closed, in progress. Simple logic. I hope this is clear. Why I've given 3 options over here to my team. Simple logic it is. One is ticket closed, one ticket is not closed, one is in progress. Okay. So this same thing will be going for the customer as well. Now coming back to the customer section, we'll again add, I'll just add some dummy questions for you guys to understand. Name, email, or maybe product, whatever you can add. I'm just keeping it dummy questions for you guys to understand. Again, customizations as per your requirement and needs. Applicable is it is applicable everywhere. Okay. Name, email, product. What else could be? Okay, issue. Now again, the question can go on and on. You can again keep on doing the customization. I'm just doing the dummy questions over here. So this way, my form is ready by now. So let's just see how it looks like. I'll show you what I've created. Here, when you come, I open the Google form. So the first thing which is coming is, who are you? Very valid thing. If I choose customer, I click on next. It gives me the customer help desk question, right? It is not giving me the employee thing. How many of you are clear on this? Yes or no into the chat box. When I chose customer, it is giving me customer questions, not employee questions. That is why we have created sections, right? Now, I can go back. And again, if I choose employee, it is giving me employee questions, not the customer questions. Where do you put the diverting link? I haven't put diverting link. This section, I've created the section, and what all I've done is, in the first question, I have selected this particular thing. You remember, I selected a customer here, and again, it will go to the, okay, here again, you'll have to do a selection, which I just forgot. When you choose customer, it will redirect it to you for the customer help desk. You will choose over here. Again, click here, go to the, I think I've done, yeah. So customer, again, customer, employee, simple rule, simple basic rule. Okay. Now if I come back over here, customer, next, I'll just do a test submission. Just a test submission. Done. This is done for now. And I'll again do a test submission as an employee as well. Now, if I choose employee over here, it goes to employee section. How section interlinked to customer is again section. That is why we have created section. Let me just put my real email ID because it will be emailing me. Not closed. Next. So you see it is again coming back. Why? Because there's an error over here which I've done. I'll correct it over here. Is going to go to section 3. Done. So this is done. Now if I go to the link to the sheets, again, all the responses are recorded onto my sheets. Simple, basic rule. Here comes the actual technicalities where we'll be using form mule. Till here, everyone clear on this? Yes or no into the chat box? Here, Ranjit ji is clear. Vishwanathan is clear. Lakshmi is clear. Shailesh is clear. Sanjeev is clear. Okay, awesome. Bert is clear. Okay. Now we'll be using again the extension with the tool which we used yesterday, which is form mule. We click on extensions, and again, because form mule is installed, so it is showing. By now, I assume yours is also reflecting because you have used it yesterday. So click on launch and let it load. So here we'll be building. Yesterday we built only one template on form mule. Remember? How many of you remember that yesterday we only built one template on form mule? right? How many of you remember this? Yesterday we built only one template, but here we'll be building 3 templates. Why 3 templates? Because template 1 will be going to the customer. Template 2 will be going to the team. Template 3 will be going to the team and the customer, that what is the status of your query. Clear on this? Why we are going to build 3 templates over here? Template 1 will go to the customer, template 2 will be go to the team, and template 3 will go to both of them regarding the status of the query. So that is what help desk is all about, right? So keep both the parties updated, what is happening, what is not. While capturing the data, have to link Excel. How it is showing Excel? While capturing the data, if you go onto this is your Google form, you come onto the responses section. Here you can link for your sheets. Okay. If you click here, it will redirect you to the sheet. Now coming back to the technicalities, here again, select the sheet from where you want to send the form. And this one section, yesterday we did time trigger. Remember, yesterday we did time trigger because what we wanted to build is we wanted to check onto a specific time period, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We wanted to form you to check onto our data, whichever data matches the current date, then it should shoot out the email or the reminders for the payment. But here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the form trigger, not the time trigger. Do you now understand the difference between form trigger and time trigger? It's the day 3. I'm expecting you guys are now understanding these things. Yes or no into the chat box. Form trigger, why form trigger and not time trigger? Awesome. Ranjit ji is understanding. Kumar is understanding. Vishwanathan. Subramaniam sir, event based. Yes. Right. Awesome. Super. Now, so you are also now automation expert, all of you. So we'll be using form trigger, not time trigger over here. So we'll click on this. Yesterday we did not switch on this button. We switched on this button because again we wanted to do a time trigger thing. Now you'll have to select both of these things because log on a case, the form sheet is this. Again you'll have to link and it will go ahead. Let me just refresh and it will show again. So you see here on the sheet you get both the queries. Like as a customer, when I uploaded the query, it is reflecting. As a employee, when I uploaded the query, it is reflecting over here. Again, coming back to the formula, open. Now, this is done. Now it's time to create the templates, the 3 templates we want to create for the 3 different perspectives. So better to name the templates respectively. Template 1 is for customer. Here you'll have to select from which row the customer email will be there. Obviously from email, from you can also obviously name the, here I've kept it very vague. It is difficult for me, even for me to understand, but you will be keeping it as customer email when you are creating these questions. You'll have to keep it as customer email or team's email, so that when you are mapping it here, it is easier for you to understand, right? I did the mistake over here, but you don't do that. I'm just going to select this email over here. And again, same logic which we did yesterday. Not null. Why not null? I think you are clear on this, those who have attended yesterday's session live, right? This done. Save template settings. How many unique templates? Again, you will select over here 3 templates. So for customer, for team, for both. So this way it is easier to understand and differentiate which template is building for what. Here again for team, what are you gonna for team you are gonna have whenever there's a, these are again section based, whichever row is for team, you're gonna select that over here. For team we are gonna select as, let me just come back to my question. For team, when should it trigger is when there's a query. Where is the, yeah, here it is. So whenever there is an issue code trigger happening, so we'll be selecting that. So I'm going to select as issue. So whenever this happens, this particular tab is filled, it should trigger a mail to my team. Makes sense to everyone why I've selected the issue tab and not anyone else on any other tab for my team. Clear everyone on this? Okay, Ranjit ji says makes sense. Rest of the people, are you guys, is it too technical for you guys to understand? Or is it okay? Why did I select issue and not any other tab over here? Makes sense? Okay, done. Arvind says, yes, makes sense. Okay, thank you. Now, for both, we are going to select again. It is easier to come and issue is unique to the team. Right, exactly, Ranjiji. So, for both, we are going to trigger when for both, it is going to happen. Coming back to this query resolved or yes or no. So why I'm selecting this? Because this particular tab is going to tell me the status of my query. So that is why when it should trigger email to both of them is when the status is changed. Let me see. What is the name of this tab? Query resolved. So query resolved tab I'm going to select, right? So again, not null, because if it is not clear, if it is filled, it should trigger. Simple logics. These logics are clear to everyone till here. Why we selected form trigger, why we are creating 3 templates, why we are choosing these particular tabs and not anything else. Everyone clear on this? Yes? Okay. Super. You guys are now experts. Okay. Now we'll save the template settings. And now we'll be creating the template like we did yesterday. So all of these settings, all of these setups which we do is just one-time setup. Homework ka kamal, exactly. So that is why if you would have attended all these last 2 days as a Netflix, you wouldn't have understood these things, because I somehow pushed you, and obviously you were also action takers. You did it yourself. So now you are understanding, okay, why we are clicking here and not there, why we are building this and not that. Okay. Now we're gonna build the templates for each 3 of it, and same logics which we used yesterday. But this time we are creating 3 templates. That is the only difference. So first here you can select for customer we are building. Now here again, customer, for customer, obviously you are going to select the customer's email. And for CC, if you want to keep any of your team, if you want to keep yourself into CC, or anyone is there who is dedicated who is a dedicated person to look after these queries, you can put them in CC. And again, as yesterday I mentioned, these fields which does not has any star is not necessary, and if you want to ignore, you can ignore. This will put no harm onto your automation. Okay, so for now I'm again ignoring this. And if you want any specific reply to be these mails to be replied onto a specific email, you can put that as well, so that it does not get reverts back onto the email through which it is being built. Okay, now coming back to the subject, ticket number, ticket number, you can use it as a timestamp, because whatever time, whatever date and whatever time it is happening, you can create your own ticket number. And same way, ticket number, or you can put client's name as well. That's it. Or whatever you want to map, you can map it from here. Hi, again name, again, I hope by now you remember we have to delete these things. Hi, this is a confirmation on your ticket being received by us. Below are the details. Done. Now we can again map a few things, like what is the query, the time it was created, status. You can also put the status of the query. Where is this? Yes. Things like that you can create over here. Again, dynamics are there depending on your requirement or something. I'm just creating a dummy so that you can understand. Just one doubt, I wanted to know the use of not null. Does that restrict you from keeping the answer option blank or not seeing it? So Mohsin, it is, we use not null is because that particular tab, as soon as it gets filled, it should trigger the automation. So till the time it is blank, it will not trigger the automation. But as soon as you receive a response on this sheet, it will trigger. That is why we choose not null and not anything else. Okay, so that is the logic behind choosing not null. Now again, you can put anything, whatever you want, maybe your team member's number, or again, as I put disclaimer, this is an auto-generated email. That's it. Okay, now we'll choose as for the team, we'll be gonna build it. So if you choose customer, you'll see customer is here. We have already built that. Now for team, you are gonna select if you have any specific persons onto your team. Like for team, there's always specific people, right? Like 4 to 5 people, or maybe 1 people or 2 people. You can, I would suggest go for manual. Maybe I have this team member and I can just manually put their email over here, right? Because my team is always going to be the same, right? How many of you agree on this? Ticket number equals to timestamp, right? So this will, because timestamp depends on what time it was created, so it will be unique every time. So you can use it as a ticket number. So coming back to this, for team we are creating this. You can, I would suggest go for the manual emails, because obviously you have only limited number of team members into your email. You can put it manually over here so that it triggers every time to the same people. Okay, now or you can also do one thing. You can put the email of the team member in this section where we just created for the team, email section for them, so that it triggers to that specific team member as well. So I'm giving you two options, whether you keep this email triggered to all of your members, or you can also again add this email section onto the form so that it triggers to that specific person, whosoever is handling it. Okay, now coming back to the subject. Query number from email ID of the customer, better to identify rather than just identify from the name. Hi team, here we received a new query. Below are the details. Okay. Any limitation in putting members in the section? No, there's no limitation on putting numbers. And obviously you're not going to have 100 people over here, so there's no limitation on that. So you can put whatever, again, status is very important for both the parties. So status is this one, query resolved or not. Again, you can put email of the person, a lot of things you can map, whichever you have created, like under the email, what product they purchase, everything, right? Just the click of it. So this is the only lag of this tool, else it is all good. No complaint against it. That's it for as a dummy. And again, you can put whatever you want. Now coming back to the, which will be the template, which will be triggered to both of the parties. So this will be triggering to both the parties. You can choose email over here, and the email of your company as well, of your team members over here. You can put it manually. Again, you can put it in the form, which will be mapped from here as well. And status of ticket number here, below is the status of your query submitted. Now here is the status, and you can map it from here. That's it. Makes sense, everyone? All the three templates, why it was created such a way? All the three templates is clear to everyone? Yes or no into the chat box? Yes, MS. Yes, please go on and type MS into the chat box. Makes sense. Naveen has got the thing for the day. MS. Yeah. Okay. Now all we have to do is again save and send all. So it will give you a reflection of how it will look like when you send the emails. So now it is showing you how it is looking like, and click on send now. and let it go, and I'll show you again. You get the status of the emails from here as well, right? So these tabs were created just now, right in front of your eyes. I did not create it, neither the Google form created, right? Now we'll just do a test submission. I'll put this form into the chat box. You guys can do a test submission and you'll see, as a customer you have a different experience, as an employee you have a different experience, and if you submit the form as an employee, you have the option of changing the status of the this query as well, right? Remember, we chose a query section as well, where as an employee you get the option of changing the status as well, and that's what it is about. And here everything will be mapped over here. Everything will come onto this section. So everyone, you can do a test submission and you can fill the form in both the ways and you get everything right there. So I can see a lot of you are now filling the form and you might be receiving the emails as well. See, I've got everything over here. I'm sitting here. I just did the setup and everything is right here. Everyone receiving the emails. As an employee you have a different experience, as a customer you have a different experience of the thing, right? So this way you can create an automated help desk. Again, we did not go any way ahead of Google right now. How many of you noticed that we did not go anywhere above Google? Everything is integrated inside Google. Everything is working inside Google. How many of you experienced that? How many of you just witnessed that? We understood this thing. Like you can see, for customer it is creating a different thing, for team it is creating a different thing right in front of your eyes. When you select employee, it will not redirect you to the customer. It will take you to the employee section. If you select customer, it will take you to the customer section. Like you can see in front of your eyes, everything is happening on a different level. Those who are selecting customer, they are getting a different email. Those who are selecting a team, they are getting a different team section as well. And again, so that your customer does not select the team section, because obviously some customers are they think they are very smart, but they are so fool that they do not even have the common sense, and they will select employee section and be ranting that my query is not resolved. So here you can do one thing, is that you put a restriction under the team section. You put a restriction that only if you come onto the email section, here you have an option of validating the responses, right? So everyone, focus back now. Leave the form. You are seeing right now, everything is happening in front of you. So forget it. It is working. I know it is happening, right? So forget it. Forget the form. Come back. I'm providing you another thing which can save you a lot of from a lot of confusion at the back end. Because again, repeating, there will be full customers who will be selecting the employee section and we will be moving ahead, because Google form is not giving you that thing over here. So for example, let's say I'm a customer, but I have selected employee and I'm moving ahead, but I can provide these details as well, right? How many of you agree on this, that as a customer I can fill employee details as well? So how do you validate it over here, right? So there are going to be full customers as well, obviously, but you do not have a control on them, but you have the control on your things. So how to control the responses is what I'm going to tell you about here. Coming back to the team section. Yeah, so the team section, this is the team section. Here you come back and here you have this 3 dots. Why I'm choosing this 3 dots is one basic doubt: how did you interconnect Google Forms to Google Sheets? Ajay, I'm really surprised to you asking me on the day 3. You create a Google form, you come onto the responsive section, and here you click on Sheets. It will redirect you to the Sheet section where this is created, right? Okay, never mind, RJ. That is fine. So coming back to the response validation, I'm selecting the email section under my team section only. Everyone clear why I'm only going through the team section and email section? Why not customer and email section? Everyone clear on this? Yes or no? Sakshi is clear. Anyone else? Everyone is clear why I'm only going for the customer email section, team email section, not anyone, not the customer, right? To filter out. Exactly. Now here is just one step you do, and it is going to save you from a lot of confusion, because you do not have the control on the customer. So you click on this and you click on the response validation. Now here you have an option of to select what responses you will be accepting and what responses you will be rejecting. Here we'll be selecting as text. Why text? Because email will be put it into the text format, and here we'll be using the email. And here you can, so for example, I showed you yesterday as well, right? We have like Shruti at the rate Internet Coaching Empire, yeah, Himanshu at the rate Internet Coaching Empire. You might be having your own domain, or you might be using any Outlook or something. So you can put those things over here. So you can put it as at the rate. I'm here using here over Gmail because since we have created it on Gmail, so it should have the subdomain as @gmail.com. If anything apart from @yahoo.com, @rediff.com, it is not gonna accept. So this one step is gonna save you from a lot of confusion, and just save it. And you can, again, you guys have the form link and you can check yourself. It is not gonna accept anything apart from @gmail.com because I have put this thing at the validation point. You can check this as add employee ID as well. Adding employee ID is not possible. You can do that as well. You can put again, that is gonna putting an employee ID could be, you'll be putting an employee ID section over here, and you will be putting all the employee IDs right away so that it can map that thing as well. Right now I'm using email, so I'm giving you email hacks. You can use the same logic for verifying your employee ID as well. So you can put all the employee IDs, unique employee IDs people your employees have. You can put those things over here. So you can again now check yourself, and it is not gonna accept anything apart from @gmail.com. If you put @yahoo.com or outlook.com, it is not gonna accept. If the customer has a Gmail ID and the response validation will not work. Pankaj, again, this I have given you a how do I say? I've just given you a response validation thing. So this is how you can actually control your backend. You do not have the control of the customer, but usually what you obviously have, like we have @Internet Coaching Empire. So I'm going to put @Internet Coaching Empire here. Why did I put Gmail over here? Is because we have created everything on Gmail, right? So for example, if I am creating this form from my this ID. This is again Gmail, but it has Internet Coaching Empire. So all of our employees are on @internetcoachingempire.com. So obviously, whoever is putting @Internet Coaching Empire is from the team and is not the customer. So that is why you can validate the things at the backend with just this small step. Is this clear to everyone? Yes or no into the chat box? Can we enter all employee mail ID in advance there? Yes, you can do that as well, but better if you, because this is going to be again a very long process here, because every time you onboard a new person, you will have to come back and update it over here, rather than you putting it as @Internet Coaching Empire, because employee ID will be created on that. And so better you put the domain, subdomain name, rather than putting all employee email IDs over here, because every time you onboard, you have to add people over here. So it is a long procedure, rather than you cut short and put the domain over here and just forget it, because it is set for life, right? Done, everyone. This is how you create your automated help desk, and your customer will also receive the emails, you will also receive the emails, and the team will also have the option of changing the status of the query, and that too over the email. Done, everyone? Clear on this? Domain would be the best idea. Yes, domain would be the best idea. Domain comes for just for rupees 400, 500 rupees, which is again gonna save you from a lot of confusion. So better to use a domain based thing. Super clear. Awesome. Thank you. I'll just close this, a lot of tabs over here. Now, let's move on to the next, dive into the next content of the day, automated help desk. Then everyone done on this, clear on this? Any thing missing out? You guys are missing out? Clear on this? Yes or no into the chat box? Can we also integrate with WhatsApp? Yes, simply you can integrate through WhatsApp. Use the same logic which we did yesterday. Create tags, special tags, and integrate it with WhatsApp as well. Same logics. Okay. Now it's the time to disclose that how you can actually integrate, which I've been getting from last 2 days, that how Shruti, you have been telling me that Google Classroom, Google Sites, payment sheet and all of this, but how do I actually make an ecosystem out of all of these things so that I only follow at one dashboard and do not have to go on to log in from a Google site, then onto my payment reminder sheet, then onto my AI Sensei dashboard. So how do I actually make and integrate all of these things so that everything happens at once and I do not have to follow up all of these things? So in this section, we are going to again talk about, yesterday I showed you a tool called Pabbly.com, right? How many of you remember that I showed you pably.com yesterday, where we showed you the backend of the landing, how the landing pages are working, how the backend, how we are controlling your journey after you make the payment, after you even make a 1 rupee transaction, how I am controlling your movement just right after the payment, how I have designed your customer journey right after the payment is what we are going to design for you as well. And let me just open Pably. Again, this is a paid tool, but it has got free subscription, free task up to some limit. You can use that. Also, best thing, it comes with a lifetime deal. If you want to purchase it, it comes with a lifetime deal which costs you like 25,000, that too for lifetime. So you can integrate multiple, like you name it, and they have the applications over here, right? So I'm gonna create a new workflow over here. Yesterday we already understood that how workflows are created over here, how I am controlling your journey at the back end. Now how you can create this is a simple logics. Create a workflow, and I'm just going to give it as test flow, and create a flow for in front of you guys so that you guys can integrate. Now what we are going to build is let's say we just created a Google form, right? So let me just do one thing. So what I'm going to build is, as soon as someone pays me through my Google form, which is the payable form which we created, as soon as the response is recorded on my Google form, they should be directly integrated. They should be directly integrated to my Google Classroom. How many of you are clear on this logic? Rather than you manually doing it, as soon as the payment is done on my payable form, they directly get enrolled onto my Google Classroom LMS and to the specific course which I am talking about, not onto the all courses. How to verify that is what we are going to understand now. So coming back to this, let me just use any sheet over here. So you can see my chat box is all spammed because you guys have sent me the homeworks. I'll revert back to each of it. Don't worry. I hope you guys have received yesterday's bonuses because I've given all of it by now. So I'll just use this particular form, this particular sheet. Yes, got the bonuses. Shakshi confirmed. Thank you. So this sheet which we just created for the help desk, I'm just going to use this thing for your understanding right now. Those Arvind, if you have not received, you just mail me back and I'll send it to you. Okay. Coming back to this here, what we are going to select is Google Forms. Okay. Why I'm going to select Google Form? Because this particular sheet is integrated to my Google Form. Common sense? Yes, people. I'm going to select the first application over here is Google Form. So again, the lingos which I made you familiar with, trigger, action, workflow, webhooks, all of these things will be included over here. So you can see over here, trigger. It is asking me what is the trigger. So the trigger over here is my Google Form, because as soon as I receive a new response, a new payment through my Google Form, I'm going to enroll that particular person to my Google Classroom LMS software, or wherever you want to redirect them to. Okay. Now coming back to you have to search here Google Form. So you can see, if I do search of Google Form, there's a lot of things over here. If I search Google, a lot of things are there. So for yesterday, someone was asking me Facebook ads. So you can see, if you search here, Facebook lead ads, Facebook pages, Facebook groups, everything is over here. So you just have to integrate your Facebook and you can get everything mapped from here. It has got everything. Coming back to this, yes, Google Forms. And new response received. That is the trigger event which we are going to select. Because as soon as we receive a new response on my Google Form, it is going to send the data to other applications. Okay. Now here, it has again given us the webhook, sorry. So remember yesterday I mentioned what is the use of webhook. Is the usage of webhook is to extract data from one application to give data to other applications. Okay, so there has to be a connection between a gap, a bridge between these two applications or these 100 applications. So this 100 applications is gaps are bridged by the webhooks. Okay, so we call it as webhooks in the automation industry, and now you are also familiar of it. So now you can copy this webhook, and here you can see, if you go on to the step-by-step actions, it shows you that where to paste this webhook, how to update this webhook, everything is there. But I'm gonna just do it fast for you guys. Here, when you come onto the extensions, and again you'll have to install Pabbly Connect webhooks. How do you install this Pabbly Connect webhooks? Is again add-ons, get add-ons, and here again, as demonstrated yesterday also, you can search for the Pabbly Connect webhooks. So since mine is already installed, it is showing installed. Okay, so I'll just switch it off now. Coming back to the extensions, and where it is, yeah, Pabbly Connect webhooks and initial setup. We'll have to click on this. We are building the setup right now. So here you see again webhook URL. So remember we copied this webhook URL from here. From here we'll be pasting it over here. So again, trigger column. You see all the terminologies in automation is familiar everywhere you go. Trigger column, action column, webhooks, APIs, all of these things are always static. So you have to be familiar with these things when you are creating your backends. So it is asking me which is going to be your trigger column. So how do you select your trigger column is always select your trigger column as the last one. Let's just forget these one, because these are created by formule. Let's just forget these things. This H column is going to be my trigger column. So what is API? API is, yesterday I showed you AI Sensei, right? So it is considered as an API. AI Sensei is an API. The WS Sender is an API. Sorry, it is an extension as well as an API. So we call all of these softwares are also known as an API. Okay. Now coming back to why I'm selecting H column. Is everyone clear on this? As a trigger column, because this is the last column of my sheet. So whenever the webhook sends the data, it is gonna send all the data from all the way from H column to the A column. So the webhook will send everything from A to H to onto my other applications, and that is why I'm selecting H column. Everyone clear on this? Yes or no into the chat box. Clear on this? Why H column and why not A, B, or C column? Yes, Ram is clear on this. Anyone else? Ranjit ji is clear. Sanjeev is clear. Okay, awesome. Now, coming back to this setup. Again, this webhook has to be pasted over here. Srinivas says trigger column. Exactly, you have understood it. It is the trigger column. So again, I myself forgot the, oh yeah, it was H column. So H column. So now all you have to do is send test. Click on send test. And here you see it was waiting for the response, and now it has captured the response. You see what it just did is captured the data from my sheet, redirected to wherever you want to take it. Clear on this, everyone? What just happened here? What just happened here? It captured the data from my Google Sheet. It redirected to this particular platform. And from here, I have the rights to take it wherever I want to take it. Whether I want to move it to Google Sheet, whether I want to send it to my Gmail to send any email, whether I wanted to move it to any thank you form, whatever you want to do. No limitation on that. Whether you want to send to Facebook, whatever. There's no limitation once your data is captured over here. Okay, so we'll just minimize this, and all we have to do is now take it, all these forms, all this data which is captured right now over here, we can redirect it to wherever you want. So for example, if you want to let's see what all you want to give any Google Drive access. So for example, oh no, I did a mistake yesterday. I deleted my Google Classroom. I think it will not reflect now. Let me just restore it so that I can show you guys. Yeah, here it is. Done. So coming back to my this thing. So Google Classroom, if you search here over as Google Classroom, it will not show you as Google Classroom. You can see Google Classroom will not be shown over here, because Google Classroom data is put in the Drive link. So all of you who have created your Google Classroom, if you go onto your Drive, you'll find that there's a folder created as Google Classroom. So all the data is put in the Google Drive, but it is enrolled in Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is an LMS. The data which we have stored is hosted onto your Drive. So the student has to receive the access of that particular folder rather than receiving the access of the Google Classroom, because once they receive the access of that particular Drive, they by default receive the access of the Google Classroom. Okay, I'll again come back to, so you here I just restored that file. So I'll come to the Google Drive, and you will see here you have multiple options, like I can just keep on scrolling what you want to do after this. Global search, get file by a folder ID, share a file in advance, share a file or folder ID, share a file with anyone, share a file or folder, share a file specific, multiple things you can do from here, right? So copy a file, rename a file, upload a file, multiple things. Okay, so now here what I'm going to select over here is, because my Drive is very specific, it is only available to my paid audience, so I'm going to select the action as add member to the shared Drive. Okay, anything else, if anything else, if you find relevant, list folder content, get subfolder of the content, get shared folder, a lot of things you can try and explore things. Right now I'm gonna select as where it is, get file or folder, global search, where it is, we upload, kahan chala gaya? See, there's so many things, you get lost at times. So get file, get share Drive, get subfolder, remove file, delete file, share file, add member to a shared Drive. That is what I'm going to do right now. So here again, same logic, you'll have to connect your Google from here. It is not like you have to connect it again and again, but once connected, you can just select your Drive from here. So whenever I connect any Google account, I rename it, and it will be shown. It seems like my is not connected, so I'll add a new connection over here and name it as Shruti, so that this Drive is connected where this classroom was created. So now you can see it is connected now, and once you do the connection, you also receive on your respective. So you see, you get a security alert from, because Pabbly connectors ask for the connection. So that is fine. Coming back to this, here you get the option of choose the drive or folder. So here all you have to do is select the folder. So how you can do that is come onto I'll come onto my Drive and come onto my Google Classroom. This is the thing. Now, how do you select before that, you'll have to keep it as, you'll have to select the settings as, you keep the settings as anyone with the link view. Okay. Now, whenever these are the unique ID of the folders. So anything after folder is the unique ID created by Google Drive. Everyone clear on this? Anything after the folder / you can open any of your Drive right now, and you will see each Drive has a unique ID. So anything after the folder / is the unique ID, and you will be using it for the Drive thing. So coming back to this, you will just paste it over here. Before that, you'll have to do a mapping over here, which is you'll have to toggle on this thing, map this. Okay, so it will now connect to that specific folder. And what role they have? Writer, commenter, reader. Obviously reader, they should only have the reader option, so they'll get the reader option. And the email address, how do you map the email address? You will be mapping the email address from the previous action which we just received. Okay, so you will be mapping the email address from the forms. So here we have the option of email. So you can scroll down and you'll find the email. I had the email section. This section, this is not filled, but usually it will be filled obviously by the customer, right? Or the by the customer who is filling the form. And send notification email. If you select it as true, it will send a notification email. If you select it as false, it will not send an email. So you see everything you have a control of over here. Like it is not just you connect it through your Google Drive and you send the access to your customer, but you have each and everything control over here. It's just not ending. There are so many options. Like what do you want to do? मतलब क्या नहीं कर सकते आप उनके साथ. Okay, and here you have an option of the email message. So when you are selecting it as true, you also have the option of what email message you want to send. So here you can use your community joining link as well, right? So a lot of you people ask that how can I send my community link right after the payment is happening, because course access is going, but how do they join directly from there? Is you can create your email over here, that like, hey, again dynamics can be added over here. Again, you can do whatever you want to do. You can choose the name of the person. From here you'll be selecting the name of the person. You can draft your mail. Hi, congratulations on your purchase, whatever you want to type, whatever you want to create. Or here's the link to join community, and you can put any of your community link over here, whatever you want to put, so that they can join your community and have the access of the program. Both the things going in the same way. In Google Drive, we will be having lots of files. Then how can you give a specific file access to that person? The specific file access is, again, because we have given this specific ID to Pabli, right? If this is the ID of my this particular folder. If I come on to any other, let's say this folder, it has a different ID. So this is how unique IDs are created. That is how we have given the instructions to Babli. I have given only this particular file ID, and only this particular file ID access will be given to that person. That too only if the response is received into this particular form, right? So that you see, you have the control of each and every activity. After 1 rupee of transaction, or even on the failed payment transaction, you have the control of each and everything. You have the customer thinks that they are doing everything, but you at the back end you have the control of each and every movement you are doing for the customer, and that too on autopilot mode. That is the most powerful thing I find in my industry, that I have everything, all the control in my hand. So this is how you can design your email. You can put anything you want, and again this email will go through the email which is just connected. I just, in front of your eyes, I connected my email ID, so it will be going through my email ID. If you want to send these from any other email ID, you can connect that per respective email ID, and that those emails will go from that respective email IDs. Now you just click on save and send test request. So here it says, because a lot of messages were not uploaded over here. Remember, I did not fill a lot of things over here. A lot of things are not here. That is why it is showing a lot of things. RJ is very super strong. He's saying trigger action equals to workflow. Exactly. So you design the workflow based on the triggers and actions. So this is how you design the access of receiving the Google form to now giving the access on the Google Classroom. Now from here, if you want to send, remember we yesterday did AI Sensi. So here you can also again do, you can search for AI Sensi over here. Let me search. So here you see AI Sensi is also reflecting. So while integrating the files access, we have to provide file URL access only, right? So the unique IDs have to be provided, not the file access, the unique IDs which is available after the folder, not all the IDs. Okay. Now if you select, like for example, the person has filled the done the payment on your payable form. Now the access has gone on your for your Google Classroom. Now you want to send a WhatsApp notification via AI Sensi. You can select AI Sensi, but again, once this data is redirected to WA sender not seen, is because WA sender is an extension. It is not an API. So you have to understand the difference between an extension and an API. Okay, so WA sender is just an extension. So if I search for formule, it will not show over here. It is an extension. It is an add-on. It is used to create the workflows. It is not something which is the working system. It is an supporting system, but not the own system, right? So AI system is a subsystem. WS Ender, is a support system. So all of these things, which is a system itself, will be reflecting over here. Okay. So let's say about if you want to send a Gmail, again here, so you can select that as well. Again, if you send AI Sensei, coming back to this AI Sensei, you will be redirecting these messages to AI Sensei, but again the same logics on AI Sensei, because once these messages are redirected to the AI Sensei, you have to create the tags, and the contacts will be uploaded on its own. You have to set up the whole thing, which we did yesterday, right? So you have the control where and how you want to send the data, but inside that respective softwares, you have to design the flow as well, right? So how you guys were receiving all the messages on AI Sensei, because I showed you yesterday, I've designed the things for you, right, beforehand. So that way, in the same logic, you'll also have to keep all the tags and all the workflows designed for your customer, then send the this data to AI Sensei, and it will shoot WhatsApp messages as well. So first thing, you'll have to create the tag, then the template, get your template approved, and set up the campaign. This time you're not going to set up the campaign, you are just going to use the live campaign, because this campaign is going to be live, it is not going to be scheduled. Everyone, remember these things which we did yesterday. Is this clear why we are going to be doing these things on AI Sensei? Everyone clear, not clear? Why we are, because sending data from one portal to another portal is Pabli's responsibility, but what you are doing into that portal is, again, you have to design that, right? I hope these things are making very kicked with the workflow. Many thanks. Okay, awesome. I hope these things are very clear to you now, because that is also the reason why I introduced you to these integration software on the last day, because by now you have developed that intellect that, okay, I have redirected my data, but onto that respective portal, I have to design the journey of my customer. I can redirect this the data onto my email software as well. But what is happening onto my email software is, again, I'll have to design on that respective portal as well. But again, if I go onto each software and design everything over here, it is gonna be like, Pabli is not just about integrating it. It is about designing your customer's journey at the back end, and sky is the limit when you are designing the customer's journey. Are integrately Zapier like Pebble, right? Exactly. So coming back to the integration software, the three integration software which we usually recommend is integrately Zapier and Pebble. I'm a big time fan of Pebble, because one thing, it gives you the lifetime deal, and secondly, it has a super duper great customer support. Like, I really like, at times they have come on call with me and resolve the queries. I haven't found that kind of support from Zapier and integrately. So it is my personal recommendation and personal liking for Pabli because of this. And I've been using Pabli for 2.5 years now. Like, my journey began because of Pabli. Creating all of those Jugaad integrations were okay, but then coming into the real integrations game is where Pabli got me into the cloud lambda, how to connect with AWS. So everything, whichever way you want to connect, wherever you want to redirect, just search it over here. Again, AWS is an hosting thing. It has nothing to do with that. The workflow will be different this time. So from AWS, you'll be bringing the data. You will not be sending the data to a hosting website, right? So you will be the first trigger has to be the AWS over here, and not here it will come, right? Makes sense? Whose question was this? Kiran. I hope this makes sense, because AWS is an hosting website. From there, you'll be redirecting the data, and not from in the second or third step, you'll be using AWS to do the further flows, right? 25K Indian rupees. Yes, 25K Indian rupees. Pabli comes with a lifetime deal, and you can see over here as well. I'll show you. Okay, here they always have this offer ongoing. So you can see it comes with a lifetime deal, and here it is not showing, but if you contact this is Neeraj, who is the CEO of Pabli, and you can just drop an email, and they always have a lifetime deal going on, and you can buy it with a lifetime deal. So that is why my liking is, see, there's a lot of things popping up. So my liking for Pabli is just irresistible. I have been promoting Pabli. It should be giving me commission for promoting Pabli everywhere. But yeah, they have given me that kind of customer support. As I mentioned, they have at times have come on call with me and given that one-to-one session, just to resolve my things. And that is why I have become a very what do you say, the most faithful customer of Pabli. So whenever someone gives me anything like no, Zapier is better or Integrately is better, no way. I have, as a customer, I have experienced, you are a big fan of Pabli. Yeah, because they have made me a big fan of Pabli, because they have given me that kind of support. So yeah, I would also suggest each one of you to experience your way, and you can use Integrately is cheaper than this. It comes with 1900 or 1800 per month charges on task. Now, how do you calculate the task on these integration softwares? Is for example, from here to here, it is considered as one task. From here to here, it is considered as two tasks. So, for example, till now we have got how many tasks? 3 tasks over here. So that is how they calculate the task number. So for example, Integrately has got 2000 rupees, something like 1800 or 1900. I don't exactly remember, but it is something under 2000 per month charges, and it has got limitation of on 1000 task you get. And same is for Pablis, comes with lifetime deal where you get 10,000 lifetime 10,000 task for a month. And if, because we are on a scale, we exceed that 10,000 work task as well. So at times we have to buy monthly subscription as well, but that is also very minimal charges. Pabli website info for subscription. Yeah, Srinivas just put an email to Pabli support and they'll give you the lifetime deal thing. On the this thing, I am also unable to find, but I am sure it is already, it is always going on with the lifetime deal. So you can purchase, better to purchase rather than banging your head here and there. That's it. So just put an email, they'll revert back and bol dena Shruti ne bola tha. So that's it. That's all about it. I hope this integration thing is clear to you guys now, because this integration, I've given you just one light and one task. I've given you one workflow I've created in front of you. And this way, as I mentioned yesterday also, let me just delete this. Okay. So I'll show you our workflows. You can see there are multiple folders created, and each and every workflow is created by me, and I'm managing all of it. You can see there's multiple things which we are using inside. If I show you right now, your mind will be broken into pieces, like what is happening inside, how are you designing these things, how are you guys controlling our actions, is what all of these things is all about. So there's multiple things which is happening over here. A lot of workflows. So one day Himanshu opened it and he said कि मैं तो पागल हो गया open करके. So what are you doing inside? I don't know. So that is how, if you go inside, there's a lot of things happening inside, and I control each and every activity of yours, right? So that's all about it. I'm showing you each and every folder. You see, each and every folder has something or the other thing. It is there. And if I show you, see, 131 workflows has been deleted. So I created 131 workflows and I've deleted it. So yeah, that's all about it. Is this like it is an ocean. If you get a good experience of integrating the things, you can call yourself an automator, because if you can build over here, you can create multiple things, multiple workflows, not just giving access and everything. A lot of conditions can be put, a lot of tracking can be done, a lot of applications can be connected. Life will be peaceful. Exactly. So, and again, if you ask me, I usually get this question that how do you audit these things, because if you have created all of this system, but there are times when you need to audit these things. So here on the top, you see all of these things are happening. So these things are every day, every time the numbers will keep on changing. This means my task is happening. But what if I want to verify any particular task? Is simply I use the logic of directing any data to Google Sheet, so that I know if the Google Sheet is filling on automation, it is filling on that particular date, it means the workflow is working, right? So rather than me logging into this and checking the numbers every time, what I usually do, that has come with experience. And again, Google Sheet is for my team to refer from. So if the Google Sheet is filled for today, so for example, if I log in into any of the respective Google Sheet and I see the data is filled for 26th November and everything is there, that means my workflow is working fine. I do not have to bother anything. And that is how I audit. You may find your auditing way in a different way. Again, automation is all about creativity and how you crack things. So any lifetime deal with AI Sensei? No, if you find it, let me know as well. I don't have any lifetime deal with AI Sensei. And anyway, AI Sensei is not very much expensive. It is just 2.5 or 3K a month, which we are also paying. And I think you will be if we are using that plan, I think you will be using a lower plan that because we have got on a daily basis we send on an average 1,000 notifications are sent on WhatsApp. So if I am sure you have a little lesser numbers than us. So it is working for us, and probably has a lifetime deal. AI Sensei does not have a lifetime deal. If you find any, let me know as well. You have my email ID. That's all about it. Coming back to if this integration thing is clear, everyone, and if you have any doubt, let me know in the chat box so that we can proceed. Or if you want any other clarity, let me know that as well. Clear? Sanjeev ji says clear. Ranjit ji says clear. AI Sensei has per message cost or not? Yes, as I mentioned yesterday, AI Sensei is connected with Meta. So anything connected with Meta will cost you moolah. So AI Sensei costs you that as well. So you'll have to check the Meta messages. What are the message charges of Meta? So that is, I think Meta charges 0.53 rupees per message. 0.53 paisa, sorry. 0.53 or 43 paisa per message. So that is the charges of Meta. With AI Sensei, you also get credits when you are using a platform. So you get, I think in our plan, we are getting 1,000 credits. These 1,000 credits means 1,000 messages. Okay. So with AI Sensei, when I'm saying I'm paying 3,000 per month, I'm also getting 1,000 message credit as well for the month. And apart from that, anything I'm exceeding the limit will be paid to Meta. Meta charges 0.725 per marketing. Okay, so here is Pankaj is saying Meta charges 0.725 paisa per message on marketing message. Okay, so it depends. Meta keeps on again. Meta is, if you are a marketer, if you have been logging into the Meta keeps on changing the interface every now and then. I don't know what they do, but yeah. That is how you have to keep on checking what are their charges. As far as still I know, it keeps on changing, and the interface also keeps on changing, and you will be charged for each message you send through all these Meta approved applications. Okay. Now coming back to the next thing, now it's about how you can actually build your no code funnel. Marketing 90 paisa per message and 39 paisa per service message, effective August 2023. That's what Suman has to say. Okay. So again, you have to get your business approved first from Meta, and then you can proceed. Whatever kind of business you have got approved, that also varies your charges as well. Okay. I use almost 5 lakhs per month. So I don't know what does that mean. You lose 5 lakhs per month contacts or the Meta for my office. Okay, so now coming back to the no-code funnel building, I'm sure a lot of you might be aware that Himanshu has taught into his a lot of session that how you can build a no-code system.io thing. But here I'm going to show you that how we have built all those things here, and how you can create systems for yourself. Even though you are a no-code builder, you don't have any clarity that how you can actually create funnels and create the all of the automations and email and workflows and everything. To reply your all mail using automation. Sorry, Kumar, I didn't get your question. Anyway, that is why I said please take the queries by end of session. It just breaks the flow, and it just breaks the flow. Is this a CRM? No, this is not a CRM. This is a funnel builder. So funnel builder is something which helps you to build the funnel inside it. Okay, so all the data, all the emails and everything will be captured inside it, so you can just create a no code funnel over here. So if you sign in onto this and you create a funnel, you get an option of what kind of funnel you want to build. So you can also again integrate your domain over here, so you can have shrutisingh.com, but it will be built on system.io platform. So here if I show you any test page, so here you have to select what kind of funnel you are building, right? So you'll have to select whether you are using this funnel to sell or run an evergreen webinar or a custom funnel, whatever. So right now I'm going to just go ahead with selling, and here you'll have to select the Indian rupees, whatever you are using. I'll just show you. Where is it? अरे हमारा इंडियन रुपी की रुपी नहीं दिखा रहा, हमारा दिखा ये रहा. Chalo, done. Moving ahead. This is how you create a test page. So you see on the left side of my panel, the test page is created. If I click on this, you get multiple options of choosing the funnel, and you can create all of your funnels over here. So you first step you have to create as, like, you can name your funnel steps over here. Step 1 is all about first thing I'm going to build is a squeeze page. Squeeze page is again, it will be bringing all my leads into one particular place. So that is why I always suggest to use the squeeze page type. So use the squeeze page, and you can again drag and drop things over here. You can move it over here so that you can again design the journey of your customer. So my squeeze page is done. And since if you do not have the expertise to build a landing page or a website, you can build everything over here, because you have got ready-made templates over here. You can build everything from here, and you can see if I choose any template, you have got multiple things from here. If you can move ahead, a lot of things over here. So let's say I select this particular page, and you can go on to the edit page. You can edit and create things for yourself. Everything here, just drag and drop. You can just click on it, delete it. You can add your name, whatever you want to do. Everything is here. So you can see animation is also already over here. Everything is here. And for example, if you want to add your payment link over here, click on the button, and you can see on the left side of my panel, things are changing. Whenever I click on something, the left side of my panel is changing. How many of you are experiencing that? Whenever I click on something, my left panel is changing. Yes or no into the chat box, right? So that is how you edit the inside things, right? A lot of people, a lot of queries which we usually get, that my payment pay button is not working, is because you are not noticing the changes over here. You click on the button, you click on this, like you have to again decide the journey of your customer everywhere. How you guys make your funnel is what I'm going to show you here. So now when I click on this button, the left side panel changes, and here I'm going to select the journey of my customer, like what I want to do when the customer clicks on this particular button. So for example, if this is a payment button, and either way, if you have integrated your Razorpay or PayPal or something with this system.io, you can get the payment right away collected from here. Or if you want to send, as Ranjit ji says, I want to send an ebook right from here. So what you can select is as open URL, and your ebook must be hosted somewhere, right? So you can put it in the drive, or you can, for example, let's say my ebook is put in this particular drive, and I'll just select this particular link and paste it over here. So what will happen is, whenever my customer clicks on this, it will be opening the ebook. So that is how you decide the customer's journey, and you can change this button's name. Click for ebook, whatever you want to do over here. That is how you create. Free or paid tools for funnels creation. This is, you can create free one funnel. Okay, one funnel is for free. You can create over here. So once all of your changes are done, you can click on save changes, and you can exit here, and again decide your customer's journey inside. This way you can keep on deciding the customer's journey. You can add a step over here, like step 2, And here you can select as a order and thank you page, or any order form or upsell you want to do after this. Again, decide your customer's journey. As a backend person, you have the whole control of your customer's journey. So you decide everything over here. Now coming back to the funnels which we have built on here. You can see free ebook funnel is over here, try sales page over here. If I open this and show it to you guys, now these funnels are created by experts. Okay, so neither I have created nor Himanshu has created, but the experts who have been managing our whole web pages, they have created this. So you'll get to see the expertise on these pages. You'll see over here, when I open this page, you can see everything is so super duper. It looks like it has been created by someone who is an expert, right? How many of you agree on this? Like, it looks like some expert has created it. Yes. So these kind of things, these funnels have been built by my web page person. He manages it. I don't do that. I just manage the after the payment, the thing which I do. Is it created by using system.io? Yeah, exactly. I'm showing it on system.io. It is created using system.io. This is the page which I just opened, and this is here. It is created on system.io. Okay, so that is how these things are created. And this is the page which I just showed to you. So you see, if I copy this link and open it, it is system.io. It is created on system.io, same to same page. But again, an expert has done it. I haven't done it. Neither Himanshu has done it. A lot of things over here. You can again decide your customer's journey at the back end over here. So you can see multiple funnels, multiple things on system.io. So those who say that it is basic, you have to be the artist of it, because it is not basic. It is your canvas. Just go ahead and paint. So that's all about it. And you can also create your email sequence. If coming back to the email sequence, you see, you come onto the campaigns. Again, same logic which we understood yesterday. You have to create email tags the same way which we created tags on AI Sensei yesterday. Same way you have to create tags on these email campaigns as well. So you can see, first you have to create the campaigns. So you see, after 299 payment, then this workflow will happen, and the whole thing we have decided over here. 7-day ebook for sequence. So again, you see, one by one sequence is there. We have created and updated everything. So whosoever gets added into this particular campaign, they'll be given all this 7-day sequence. So for example, if I'm added on 26th of November, my 7-day sequence begins from today. For example, if Abhineet is added on 27th of November for this campaign, his email campaign for 7-day sequence begins from tomorrow, right? So that is how you control your customer's journey based on the activity they have done at the backend. So your backend has to be very, very powerful so that you can deliver best. Can you set up create a funnel landing page for me? Set up create funnel, you or your team. Again, Kiran, these things you can take offline. You have my email ID. Whatever best way I can be possibly help you, I'll do that. But these things onto my email. His team deserve more respect because their hard work creates him as a brand respect. Thank you, Sakshi. But again, it's always a teamwork. It's always a to and fro thing, right? If Himanshu it wouldn't have given that much of freedom, we wouldn't have expelled that way. And again, if we would have shown proved us, he wouldn't have been there on the stage. So again, it is a to and fro thing. It is again a both way thing which happens as a team. So that is the thing which we have inside our team. You'll always find this vibe everywhere in each and every team member of us, not just Himanshu, not just me, not just Karan or Sagar or anyone. Whichever team member you meet, you'll always find this vibe in them. Do you do automated webinars from this platform or other platform? This is not for webinars. This is only for creating your funnels and creating your automations, and again designing the customer journey at the back end. This is all about it. So you can whosoever is skeptical about how should I hire a web developer or when should I hire a web developer, you can start from here and scale from here. We are, as I've already shown you, we are ourselves using the system.io funnels. You can see right on in front of you, a lot of funnels are created on this platform. I'll just delete this one. Because this I just created on a test funnel. So can you show how to run a recorded Zoom webinar on Zoom? So that is a Zoom feature. You can just Google, if you Google how to run automated webinar on Zoom. It is a Zoom feature which has just come, and you can do that from Zoom itself. But again, this is Zoom allows you to upload a pre-recorded webinar. I'm myself on a Zoom, so I won't be able to demonstrate that right now because this meeting will shut down then, obviously. So it is a pre-recorded material you give to Zoom, and Zoom will play the webinar, and Zoom manages the whole thing. That is the whole game is all about. It is not known by a lot of people, but I am telling you the secret behind, because we have stopped doing the live webinars now, and most of the webinars are now automated, and the only time we go live is these kind of sessions where we know we have to interact with the people inside. So that is how the most of our funnels are learning on automated and autopilot mode. Okay, done for the this system.io setup done, everyone, if you are clear on this, because system.io allows you to actually build your whole funnel system and design the whole customer journey. You can also shoot out emails right from the system.io dashboard. You can also track all of your orders on system.io dashboard itself. So everything will be inside system.io, and you can design everything. You do not have to be a coder person to design funnels. Like I just created a landing page in front of you in just few seconds. So that is how easy it is to create the landing pages on system.io in just few seconds. Okay, so I know a lot of you are already aware of it because Himanshu has been promoting it in a lot of his workshops and webinar, but I know a lot of you have been experiencing it for the first time. So I just wanted to walk you through the same thing, that that is how powerful this particular platform is. There are multiple more such funnel builder platforms, but we personally have been using system.io, and that is why we are promoting it for you guys to use it, so that you can actually launch your funnel and have the lead magnet system on an autopilot mode. If this is clear, type CLR into the chat box, everyone, and we'll move on to the next can you show the recorded webinar? Again, I cannot be showing you the webinar right now, Zoom webinar, because obviously I'm on Zoom. It will shut down, and obviously the tech lags are there. But yeah, I showed you how you can research about it. Again, that is a paid feature, mind that. And it has recently come on Zoom, that how you can run a recorded webinar on Zoom. So a lot of industry people are now using it, and we are also one of them. Okay. Now coming back to the thing, have you ever wondered that LinkedIn had a free ad feature? Let me repeat that again for you guys. LinkedIn has a free ad feature where you can run ads for free. कान खड़े हुए कि नहीं आप लोगों के? LinkedIn has a feature where you can run ads for free. Wow, and how? Yes, that's what I'm going to demonstrate now. Be active now, because this was when I also got to know for the very first time. This again, my team member Karan, who has been managing the whole operations part and the team part. He's the better. He hires the employees we have. So he actually gave me this thing, and I was also like, how did I miss this? So, and how did you crack it? So this all about, I'm going to show you that how you can actually hire employees for yourself on LinkedIn, that too without even spending even a penny. Okay, same like FB तो पैसा charge करता है. FB charges you money for advertisement, right? How many of you agree on this? FB charges you money. Every FB does the advertisement, but FB charges you money, then only it will run ads for you. But on LinkedIn, if you want to hire someone, and obviously LinkedIn is the go-to place when you are looking for hiring someone. Here on Facebook, obviously you might find, but it is obviously always suggested that you go onto the LinkedIn for hiring and training purposes if you want someone. So obviously LinkedIn is the place rather than going for the FB. So here I'm going to show you one hack which will allow you to hire, whether you want to hire a virtual assistant, whether you want to hire a closer, whether you want to hire a manager, whatever. You can just post your job description over here, and you can actually hire your employee or your team member right from here. And coming back to the thing, so you come onto this and you click on where it is now. Yeah, for businesses purpose, here it is on the, you click on this 9 dots, and here you get an option of post a job. How many of you are seeing this icon, post a job? How many of you are seeing this icon, post a job? Yes. So here you get an option of posting a job for yourself. So now you do not have to be worried that how I can find a virtual assistant for myself, or how do I hire a telecaller. Simply log on to your LinkedIn, go on, click on to the 9 dots, click on post a job, and see the magic happening. For example, this I posted a job, that is why it is showing virtual assistant Shruti Singh, company name, whatever is your company name, you can put it manually, and if you have listed on LinkedIn, it will reflect over here as well. And what is going to be the workplace of the workplace type, for us obviously the remote working is there obviously. And from where do you want to hire this particular software. So here you have the option of selecting the city as well. So from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 kind of people, from where do you want to hire it. For example, if I put Kolkata over here, you get this Kolkata over here. So what kind of job type it is, full-time, part-time, contract, temporary, other, volunteer, internship. How many posts can we do? There's no limitation on the post. The only limitation over here, which I have found with time, is that you get the limitation of the location. You don't get the option of selecting multiple locations over here. So that is the only limitation over here. But if you select a tier 1 city, obviously you get a lot of options. That I'm saying with experience. When I have selected like till tier 2 also it has worked, but when I have selected tier 3 cities, it has given me less results rather than in comparison to tier 2 and tier 1 cities. So I would suggest go for tier 1 and tier 2 cities over here rather than going for tier 3 cities. And just as the button says, get started for free. So you can click on this and your job is created, and all you have to do is just give a job description. Now this job description, again, you can use ChatGPT, and if you have very specific job roles to be defined, you can define those things as well. Again, LinkedIn has also introduced AI. You can see on the top right, draft new with AI. You click on this, you click on continue drafting. LinkedIn CI is gonna draft the job description for you. And from here, if you want to edit anything, if you want to add some specific things, that can be done from here. And here you can select the skills of the person. If you want any specific sales skills into the person, those things can also be selected from here. How many of you are clear on this? This is very simple and basic, but a very underdog thing which was not realized by a lot of us, neither me. So thanks to my team member Karan, who has given me this thing, and since then it has been a very easy thing for me to hire people. Okay, Vishwanath is clear. So Ranjit ji is clear. Balamurgan says, wow. Obviously that was also my reaction, that it is so easy and yet we did not explore this particular thing. And obviously, firstly, and the most important thing, it is for free. Most important thing, it is for free. We have been scrolling through, can we hire for any industry? Yes, you can hire for any industry as well. Again, the description, the kind of description, the kind of selections you do, that defines what you are hiring for. How many jobs can one post? There's no limitation on that. How many jobs can one post? So you can click on this again. Make sure to review, click on continue, and your job is posted. So after your job is posted, it is asking that how do you want to receive the applications. So whether you want to receive the applications on your email, whether you want to receive the applications on LinkedIn itself, those things has to be selected, and on into your any external website, that has to be there, subscribed over mentioned over here. So these kind of things you have. Can we only post one job in a week on LinkedIn? We can only post one job in a week. Okay, Abhineet says we can post, there's a limitation of one job in a week, and second job you can post on second week. So that is how the LinkedIn job workflow flows like. And but you have got multiple things to select over here. And I tell you, like yesterday I mentioned about Urine. So Urine I also hired from LinkedIn itself. So it has given me results. It is not like something just because it is free, it does not gives you results. It has given me results, and it has been giving results to my team member Karan as well. So yeah, we are using it, and we haven't invested even a single penny on it, but we are using it, and we are actually hiring the appropriate people from this as well. And obviously, I'm not going to post this job right now. I'm just showing you. If I click on continue, the job will be posted, and I'll start getting the applications on my email or whichever action I have selected. Okay. So again, you can select a lot of couple of things over here. Like sky is the limit again over here. A lot of things are here. So that's all about it. And you can post one job in a week, as Abhineet says. I have no idea about it, but you can, as I think Abhineet has experience on this. Abhineet says one job in a week can be posted. The second job you can post on second week, and third job you can post on the third week, depending on your requirements. But yes, I agree. It has given me the result. It has given me the kind of employees, the kind of team member we look for. It has given us that kind of people over here just by using this particular thing. So how many of you are clear on this? Because this is very, very, very user friendly. No techie things, very user friendly. We have been scrolling through LinkedIn a lot, but this particular feature was left out. And this is how it works, on how you can actually can you please share JD to create VA who can help in AI tools implementation, color based on revenue sharing model. So Pradeep, do one thing, put this prompt as a prompt on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will give you. Because yesterday I told you, 90% of the time we are also using ChatGPT. It's just not us. A lot, everyone is using. So use ChatGPT, use any AI tool if you are familiar with Google, Bard, whatever you are good familiar with. Use it. Give this what you have given me. Give this as a prompt to that respective AI tool, and it will let it design the thing basic model for you, and you then put in your expertise into it. It is not like we give prompt to ChatGPT and we just copy paste it. Obviously, we get the model done from ChatGPT, and I just customize and put my expertise into it, because the body has to be designed by us. That is what we have to put our expertise into it. But once we have the skeleton done by the AI, it is much easier and time saving when it comes to designing the content or posting things like job description or something. You can do that. I have 14,000 connections on LinkedIn and hence want to focus on the platform. Go ahead, Pradeep. Green flag for that. Okay. So that's all about it. So how many of you are now confident that you will be able to actually hire A plus talent from your LinkedIn, because it was already there, but you were not aware? Yes, no into the chat box, everyone. Okay, Bird is confident, Rajit is confident, Sanjeev is confident, Vivek is confident, RJ is confident. RJ, you have not, every day you have joined with the name of RJ. I don't know your full name. Who else? Balamurgan is confident, Vivek is confident, Ravi Janardhan, okay. Rahul is confident. Pankaj is confident. Sakshi is also confident. How about Subramaniam sir? Where are you, Subramaniam sir? Are you not confident? I'm waiting for your thing into the chat box, or you can just wave if your camera is on. Confident? Okay, awesome. Ajinkya is confident. Awesome. Great. So now how many of you realize that it is easy to automate your business with AI tools and by spending the least amount of time and money? How many of you realize that? Type realize or R into the chat box, that after spending 3 days with me, you have now gained that much of confidence that AI has taken us to the next level, and integration has taken us to the next level. You can actually scale your company without you banging the head. You can actually do everything on autopilot mode. It is not just for saying, but actually you can do everything on autopilot mode, right? It is just that you were not aware of it, right? Type auto into the chat box if you are now aware and confident enough about it. Don't have any business but mind blowing. Okay, awesome. Rahul is typing auto. Balamurgan is typing auto. Aware and confident. Pradanya, awesome. Now, So these 3 days we have covered about how you can actually, we have covered all of these things in the last 3 days. And let me just do a recap of the last 3 days. So on day one, we created a landing page. We understood how you can actually integrate all of these things in the Google sites, how you can use Google not just for doing the search, but you can actually use it to the highest potential. Now, how many of you are now confident that you can use Google to the highest and the highest potential, and you are way more ahead of your competitors just by using Google? So anyway, anyone whoever asks you that how do you design all of this, just say Google. Very much confident. Naveen says very much confident. Pradanya says agree. So we created an order form where you can collect your payments from Google form. We created how you can use Google Meet without investing any single penny on Zoom. How you can use Google Meet as a Zoom with all of the features, be it recording, be it mute all, be it the host sharing, be it the taking off the screen sharing permission from the customer, everything just like Zoom. You can also get the meeting summary. We understood everything. We created how you can use Gmail for creating email sequence, how you can use Gmail just not like an average Gmail, just like not a bland emails system, but you can actually use everything in a customized template and a very colorful and fancy, and you can create your brand reputation from Gmail. All of these things covered in day one. Yes or no into the chat box. Did we covered all of these things? Yes or no into the chat box? Everyone, did we covered? I promised and I delivered. Yes or no into the chat box? All of these things which we did. Yes. Day two, we created about email sequences, and we understood about GIQ PPC script. We understood about payment reminder sheet. We created a WhatsApp marketing as well. We created free WhatsApp marketing options. We created a paid one as well. I also make you see how at the backend things are working and how you are receiving everything on real-time basis. Since I am managing, I showed you all the backend secrets to you so that you guys can also implement. Did we did yesterday? Yes or no into the chat box? Promised and delivers. Thank you. Yeah. So on the day three, we understood that how you can integrate not just one or two, but thousands of integration soft applications just by using any integration software, and how you can actually control each and every movement of your customer by integrating all of these applications. We understood about LinkedIn hiring today. We understood about how you can actually not invest into any expensive CRM software, but you can actually create your own customized help desk with just customization of which can actually have the status of the customer query as well, not just for the customer but for your internal team purpose as well. We covered this, all of these things for all the 3 days. We covered this. Yes or no into the chat box? Everyone, I said I'll be, by the end of the session, I'll be making you much more powerful than you as you joined. Did I promise?